Southwestern Ugandan trip. All roads are leading to the border of Uganda with the Democratic Republic of Congo. By 7 a.m, we were more than ready to embark on our journey to Southwestern Uganda, and all roads were leading to the border with the Democratic Republic of Congo, abbreviated as DRC. We crisscrossed Kampala to escape the traffic. Kampala did not hold our interest, and we finally found ourselves in PG. This is when all the fun of sightseeing began. Over time, we have learned to appreciate the journey and not focus on the destination. We had drawn out a mini plan of where we wanted to be at certain times. Lunch was supposed to be in Mbarara, where we are meeting dear friends, and the night was supposed to be spent at Rushaga in Bwindi. Passing Katonga Bridge, which was recently destroyed by flooding. This cut off the southwestern part of the country, and journey times were immensely increased. The skies were threatening to open as darkness engulfed us. Even though the sun was on strike in this part of the country, this did not dampen our mood. We welcomed the return of the sun, and this put a positive spin on our state of mind. Masaka City welcomed us with its vibrant colors and positive energy. It had this palpable feeling that nothing is impossible. Masaka, which is 80 miles southwest of Kampala, is a market town, and it's an important commercial center for the surrounding rich coffee growing areas. We had a forced break at Rengo as the wheel at the co-driver's side was making lots of rattling noises, only to find out there were serious mechanical issues. A team of young mechanics surprised us by their expertise as they made a prompt diagnosis and spare parts were sourced from the neighboring town. One needed to have carried plenty of patience, as this seemed to take forever. 60 to 90 minutes were added to our journey time. Lunch in Mbarara was hanging in the balance. Finally, this was sorted and we are back on the road. Happy days. The road seemed to have been deserted, and this was to our delight. We made a flying visit through Mbarara and hardly had any time to look around. It was a shame not to explore the heartbeat of the West, as Mbarara is the fourth largest in terms of population and one of the fastest growing cities in Uganda. This gives me an excuse to come back. Roads in Mbarara were amazing and liberated from potholes. The landscape was changing as we drove from Mbarara to Ntungamo, and from Ntungamo all roads were leading to Kabale. I can only assume most of the land was used for cattle raising, as this part of the country is known for large cattle ranches. The main cattle bred in this region of the country is the long-horned Ankole cattle. It was a shame none of the farms were seen within camera lens distance. This region is a leading producer of milk in the Pearl of Africa, and credit goes to the Ankole cattle. Topography in this part of the country is a mixture of fairly rolling, sharp, steep hills and mountains, shallow valleys and flat land. On the whole, the soil are sandy, clay and slightly laterite loam suitable for cultivation. The distance from Mbarara to Kabale via Ntungamo is about 85 miles. The sale of charcoal by the roadside could not escape our scrutiny. The highlight of the trip was to track gorillas in Bwindi, and if you have some time, please check out our experience in Rushaga Bwindi in one of the videos. You may be tempted to pass by. This is not the first time, and neither is it going to be the last to descend on the western part of the country. I have been smitten with lots of things that display made in Western Uganda. The western part of the country hypnotizes one with its impressive wildlife, bird watching, beautiful landscapes and natural attractions, making it the most popular region with travelers. In addition to my previous submission, it's home to the rare and endangered mountain gorillas. Kabale town was pulsating with life as we stopped to top up the fuel and stretch our legs. Kabale, which is a highland district in Uganda, covers 1,864 square kilometers. It had the vibes of being a laid-back town. Probably it was the time of the day we visited. It was not easy to form any first impressions. The altitude of Kabale district ranges from 1,219 meters to 2,347 meters above sea level. It makes it colder than the rest of the country. Kabale is approximately 410 kilometers from Kampala, which is the capital, and the drive may take up to 9 to 11 hours of your precious time depending on your mode of transportation. It was actually getting late and we needed to get to Rushaga, where we are spending the night. After a protracted drive in the dark, we finally made it to Rushaga Lodge for the night. And this was my amazing room for the night. Kanungu district houses Bwindi impenetrable forest. The forest itself is on the edge of the Albertine Rift, the western branch of the East African Rift Valley, at various elevations ranging from 1,160 to 2,607 meters. I stole a glance at the wheel that caused us trouble the previous day to make sure all was still good. We were pleasantly surprised as we were rewarded with jaw-dropping views of the countryside. Bwindi impenetrable forest in Kanungu district is among the sites shown in the aerial footage in the Black Panther movie. Black Panther was a training movie that hit the theaters in February 2018. The rolling hills began to encircle us. We were spellbound by the views as we spent several hours admiring the never-ending gorgeous landscape. Folks in southwestern Uganda have perfected the art of terracing or contour farming. Steps are carved into mountainous or hilly regions to create farmable land. Terraces are used for water and soil conservation. Water movement can be controlled by farmers within their fields. Interesting landforms were never far off from our sight. As we approach Chisoro town, Lake Mulehi to our left caught our attention. It's approximately 4.11 square kilometers wide, and the most common activity on the lake is fishing by the locals. It is bilharzia free, therefore safe to swim within its waters. Tourist activities around the lake include bird watching, community and nature walks, biking, a visit to the Batra people who were former residents of Mugahinga National Park, golden monkey and mountain gorilla tracking, not forgetting mountain climbing in Mugahinga. Once we caught sight of the magnificent mountain Mbarara, we were certain that Chisoro town was in the vicinity. Chisoro is a strategically located town in the southwest of Uganda. It is nestled under the peaks of Mufumbira Mountains, which are part of the Virunga Mountains. Chisoro is a sizable 484 kilometers from Kampala. It is proud of its central colorful market, proximity to the rare mountain gorillas, mountain scenery, Lake Mutanda, Lake Mulehi and the Twin Lakes, not forgetting volcanic trekking. It is an access town for those traveling to DRC, which is approximately 13 kilometers from Bunagana town, Uganda's border with DRC, and 11 kilometers from Chanika, Uganda's border with Rwanda. As we drove towards DRC, Mountain Muhabura, Mugahinga and Sabinyo, all to our left, escorted us, providing us much needed directions to ensure we got to the Congolese border. We arrived at Bunagana town, and to our dismay, commercial activity was non-existent as there is no vehicle traffic across the border. Only locals were allowed to cross. The land border with DRC has been closed for some time since the M23 rebels overran the border inside DRC. We made a U-turn in search of a place to stay for the night. Thank you for watching. Till next time.